going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Tom. Everybody else who's cool with Tom.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Didn't do anything dumb, hung out, did whatever. Hope so. Anyways, you guys ready for part 2? We did part 1 on Friday. And for anyone who did not see part 1, I do have it in the description. You can go watch it. You're probably going to need a little bit of it before you watch part 2. But I will try to give you a quick recap if you haven't seen it. So in part 1, we have a business owner who owns a boutique of some sort. She's also some kind of travel agent with Apple Vacations, I think it's called. I don't know. I don't use Apple, but I think it was Apple Vacations. Anyways, she went on a date with a guy, and the guy decided to use her services. She says that they were dating for about a week. He says that they were together. Whatever happened, I don't know. But he used her services to buy a vacation and spend over $3,000. And after canceling the vacation, he got $700 back, which, that might be the case. The problem is she went on the vacation on the same itinerary through Apple Vacations, and they're trying to figure out if she may have used the travel credits from the dude. That's where we left off. Because when we left off, it was he may just be butthurt because, he booked a non-refundable vacation and got $700 of his $3,000 back. But then there was some iffy things that happened in the background. There we go. That's about it. But from what I see, neither one of them are innocent. I feel like she kind of she may have been playing a little bit of game trying to get him to buy vacation through her, and he was hoping for a relationship, and it didn't work out. And now we're in court. So that's where we're at. Where we dropped off was, I think Judge Simmons, they're trying to get in touch with Apple Vacation, like her actual business rep, to help figure out, where all the money went. And they're trying to break it down. I believe that's where we left off. But we're about halfway through the video. And 57:42. That's where we're at in the video. Okay. I think I did a pretty good job. That's what I remember from Friday. I hope you guys are doing great. And yeah, you guys ready? You want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Let's watch some court. Thank you, JP Jazz. I appreciate it. I've done a lot since Friday. I've gone to a hockey game. I went to Peggy's Cove today. I've had a lot of great food. I mean, that summary, if that was even half correct, I'm proud of myself. Okay. Did I arrive early or did Colin's mic fail? Oh, don't do that. I think my mic's doing great. I hope my mic's doing great. It sounds good in my ears, so hopefully it's doing good. But yeah. All right. Anyways, 57:42 is where we're at. So here we go. All right, you guys are awesome. You guys know what to do. Before I hit that play button, hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
The exhibit that you attached in Exhibit 2 from support states here, our air team has advised that passenger Johnny has been canceled off the booking and has 100% non-refundable air as it was booked as basic economy and VAX. He will not be able to use his air credits due to the basic economy policy. If you wish to replace Johnny with an alternate passenger, please call into reservations to have the land rebooked, as the room is still available in the system at the same rate at this time. All rates and availability are subject to change until all changes are complete. The adjustment for Johnny's non-refundable air of $783.60 will remain on the booking.
That's the portion, that was because it was the hotel, so they didn't give me that credit back, so they're talking about the portion from the
You
hotel.
were left on the
If I wanted to
reservation.
rebook the hotel.
You were left on the reservation, ma'am.
It says I was left on the reservation. If I wanted to pay an additional $700 and some to go, I would have to pay that. I didn't pay that amount, so I didn't go on that reservation.
That's not what this other sheet says.
Ma'am, that's what I'm telling you. What it's saying, we can call them to verify that. That's what the letter.
Well, I
that's what-
asked you to
that's-
call to
that's what it's
verify.
pertaining to. They had us
Unless
on
you
hold.
can get them on the phone to verify something different, I have to go with what I have here.
Okay, so we just called them and you just had me hang up. So if I'm gonna get them back on the phone, we're gonna have to go through the queue and wait again. So as
Well,
long as we got time to wait and get them on the queue. I never went on the vacation is what I'm saying.
you call me back on the record when you have them on the phone if you want.
Oh, is there a lot of yelling going on over there? Biggin loves the videos that people yell. Anyways, Legal Fiction, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. That's very generous of you. Welcome to the 10 new members. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. That is awesome.
Want to step out so that
Also, I'm going to say this about Legal Fiction. I am currently playing him in fantasy football this week. Legal, I think I got this. I think I got it this week. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to beat you. You may not. You may be holding out for some hope, but Legal Fiction, I don't think you have a chance. Just saying.
you can call them privately, you can do that. You
No
can take her into chambers so she can make a private phone call. I'm gonna step off after that until they are back on the line. Barney?
It shows on there is
Yeah, that's the thing with body cams. It's just same with court, right? When you go through body cam to try to find good ones, people screaming, that's what people want to see because there's drama. In court, you want people yelling because that means there's drama. People don't yell as loudly in court though. We get a little reprieve from that. But anyways, we're on the phone now, so let's go.
reservation right now for Johnny Davidson, $772.97 travel credit. Expiration date April 8th, 2026. And for Shamika Bernie, 0.
Okay, we're not. I'm not going to play the confirmation number.
How is it that the original amount of the trip was $3,085 and that's the only amount that's left for travel credit?
Oh, geez. That's a big question. Let me take a look into the notes to see how it was canceled, what was the changes and all that, see what happened on this reservation. Just a moment in here. Thank you.
Thank you.
When you're on the phone with customer support and they drop that's a good question. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with saying let me check into that. Just something you learn is just don't tell them no. Don't say I don't know, don't say no. Just say, "You know what? Good question. Let me figure that out for you." She might be frantic right now like, "Oh, I'm talking to a judge. What do I say?"
Okay.
Pretty awesome.
So you're not exhausted yet.
Yeah, I am. But it's worth it. She's smiling now. So those first 2 months, I'll give you much back.
I'm not gonna say it's that bad, JP Chess. I mean, it might be. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad though. But I do think she was a salesman on that date and sold him a vacation with her. I still believe that. Vic, thank you so much for the 17 months. That is awesome. The Vikings won big today. Bad for the Bengals. Yeah, I mean this is gonna be our season. We lost Joe Burrow. It's our season now. All we can do is hope that we have a shot at the playoffs when Joe Burrow comes back in December. That's all we can hope for. Luckily, he left us with 2-0. So, you know, if we can somehow be a game or two within when he comes back, we might have a shot. That again, that's all we can hope for as a Bengals fan. But yeah, today was miserable to watch. Absolutely miserable. We got Biggin raid. Biggin, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I do appreciate it. You are awesome. Sorry, I haven't really been hanging out with you too much lately, Biggin. I've been hanging out in Nova Scotia, and yeah, I spend a lot more time away from my computer than I do when I'm at home. But I still love you guys. Biggin, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for everyone that came over. I appreciate it. Hit that like button on your way over. Please, please, and thank you. You know what I can do? I can give you a quick update. This is part 2 of a case that I started on Monday. Or not Monday, Friday. And we have a travel agent / boutique owner who is suing somebody for defamation for bad internet reviews is what we're in court for now. So the underlying story is this guy went on a date with her. On the first date they were out, he booked a vacation through her travel agency she's like this a solo words are hard. Anyway, she does something through Apple Vacations where she gets some kind of commission from it. He booked a vacation for him and her on their first date to Jamaica. And a month later, they broke up and he canceled the vacation. He didn't get that much money back. And he's mad about it. So he tried to take her to small claims court. He lost that. And now she's suing him for defamation because he put a lot of bad reviews about her. So that's where we're at right now. Sole proprietor, thank you. Thank you, Captain Science. I know I can always count on you. Thank you. But that's where we're at. Sparkle Poos knows what's going on. Good. We've got a little dead time right now. I edited a lot of this out, but this was a 3.5 hour video that I broke down to 2 hours. So there's some of these in this video. Oh, we're off hold. Maybe not. I remember details every time I say it. But I'm afraid to fast forward it because I don't want to miss any of this phone call because this is a good phone call. What's up, Terry? So it might just be me talking for the next 5 minutes until it comes up. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Katrina. He did bash her like boutique, and that's what she's claiming. Like she's like, this is why it's defamation. He had nothing to do with my boutique. It's all everything that I dealt with him had everything to do with my travel agency, nothing to do with the boutique. So that's why she's mad. Yes, that's what she's claiming. He will never agree to that, but we all know that that's what happened. That's when they broke up. So their date was mid-December. His birthday is early January. So from what they said, that they dated for a couple weeks. Sounds like 3 weeks. In my opinion, when you go on a first date in the middle of December, you're not dating. You go on a date with somebody. But then they officially broke up. I think his birthday was January 7th. It was almost exactly 3 weeks. But he already bought a vacation to Jamaica with her. And yeah, he got mad because he didn't get any on his birthday. And tried to cancel everything. All right. I'm going to try to fast forward this a little bit. Okay, we're at 106:30. Oh, we're back on hold? Hold on.
Yes, I have a question. I just called in about 20 minutes ago talking to a previous representative. Is there any notes on the account pertaining to this matter?
Oh, yes, there are a lot of notes, yes.
Okay. I'd really like to know what the breakdown is so I can continue my day.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I would really like to know what the breakdown is, please, so I can continue my day.
Exactly, that's what I'm going to check.
Thank you.
By the way, I'm gonna put you on hold here, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we're back on hold. Oh, wow. This would not have been a 2-hour video if I would have cut this out. Did they finally mute it? I just skipped ahead 15 minutes and it was all hold music. Hold on. Fire editing skills. I'm so good. Oh, is it someone's birthday? Michelle, happy birthday! Yeah, don't sue anyone for that. That's a terrible reason to sue somebody. I don't think you're gonna win. I really don't. And yes, my fire editing skills. I'm so good at this. I am so good at this. But happy birthday, Michelle. All right, hold on. We got to find. Oh my gosh. I could have just played this all on Friday at this rate. Why isn't anyone talking? Can you guys hear this?
Like an airline treats
Oh.
it. When the non-refundable portion, which is the flight, then you should have had a credit.
Oh, I think they might have muted. That's what they did. They muted it. They muted the cord for some reason. It's gonna come back here in a minute. I'm just gonna let it play. But I just saw a VIP jump in. Hold on. What VIP just jumped in? Happy Sunday, everybody. Heather. I had a great weekend with you, Heather. We went to a hockey game. We went to Peggy's Cove. Saw the ocean. Had some good food. It was great. The company was awesome too. All right. Sparkle Boots. One job, sweetie. One job. I know. And Jedi agrees with you. Thank you, Jedi, for the super chat. Jedi and Sparkle Poots, thank you for keeping me on my toes. One job. To take a 3.5 hour long video and turn it into 2 hours and then have a 25-minute period where no one talks. And they're on mute. And it looks like they're talking,
That's
Here we
for the
go.
hotel.
It's on here.
That's why they give you a credit.
For the whole hotel fee.
Right, but they haven't broken down what the whole hotel fee was yet. What they've only broken, on this receipt, it only puts 2 people. And it puts per person, it was 14 and some change per person.
Right.
So, which is what it was charged, but if we cancel the resort, then I want to know what the price was for the resort versus the price of the ticket, because if all they were doing was canceling the non-refundable portion, which is the flight, then you should have had a credit for the resort, and they're gonna have to explain to me how these flights were $2,000. If they weren't, then there's some missing credit, and they can explain it to me. Maybe their policy was, you're only entitled to what was under your name, which is the 1426.55. So 1426.55 was under your name, but 1426 was under hers. And so when it was canceled, you get a credit only for yours, because they may not transfer credits. I don't know that. They have to explain that to me.
That's how that works.
Right?
Hello? Are you here?
Oh, how hilarious would it be if she played Fortnite with Judge Fleischer? If there's like this underground judges Fortnite league, oh, that'd be so much fun. I would love to be in that lobby. To hear the judges talking shit to each other, that would be awesome.
They just hung up. We waited 35 minutes
I'm
for them to hang up.
Okay, your question, sir?
So I should get a credit of like $1,400, $1,500.
Well, what they said on this itinerary here was that there was $14.26 per person. So you do that times 2, it comes out to $28.53 for the flights and hotel package. That was each adult was $14.26 per person. When they cancel, I don't know if they treat it like an airline treats it. When you cancel at an airline, it does not, you don't get, even let's say you booked a main cabin ticket that gave you a credit when you cancel. You're not gonna get a credit for her portion. You're not entitled to that. They only give you what's in your name. And so I wanna know if that was what was going on here. And that's why you only got a credit for $772, because it's clear based off the receipt you're showing me that the flight was about $650.
So if I cancel the hotel and the resort in the timely fashion, they should have gave me a full refund for my resort. So that's what it says. And she even has it in the itinerary. It says that.
Agreed. And they said they gave you a credit. I don't know if that's the full amount. I'll leave that to you to get into the phone with them. I'm not doing any more phones with Apple today, or probably never again in my life.
I've been a travel agent for almost 10 years, and how we operate as a travel agent is when it's multiple people on the booking, it goes amongst those people. So if it's 2 people on the booking, it goes in half. If it's 3, it goes in half that way. So he would have gotten what's credit on under his name. He would never would have gotten the whole.
But that was my assumption anyway, so I just wanted to
This is
confirm.
what I do for a living.
And that was based off of my own experience with IntelliTravel and Apple Vacations. And you do have to go if it was booked by an agent from IntelliTravel through Apple, that same agent has to do the service. So when I got ready to use that credit a year later, I had to contact that lady. I emailed her, told her what I wanted. She sent me some options. I think there was an option. I think she might have sent me some link to IntelliTravel for where I was going so I can look at some of the options. But she's the one who had to book the confirmation. And so whether or not, I'm not going to get into anymore whether or not you're entitled to additional credit. I'm going to let you deal with that on your own because it's taking up too much time out of my life. But as it relates to the defamation, I have all of, I believe, your evidence that you wanted to submit. I don't believe you have any more evidence, correct?
Correct.
Neither do you, sir, correct?
John, thank you so much for the PayPal. That was very generous of you for the gas money. John, I do appreciate that. Thank you. It's been a long time since I got a PayPal, so I do appreciate it. I was just telling Heather that. I don't know why I said that. That don't take that anyway. That shouldn't have come out of my mouth. Let's just move on. Jermager, thank you so much. I don't know. This seems like it's going off without a hitch. Oh, the stream. Yeah, I'm so good at this. So good at this. None of your business. Kicking myself for missing Thursday's live. Yeah, I wish you were here. There were a couple people in the chat that said they wish you were here. So we did miss you on Thursday. It was a good one. And I did see your comments. But thank you for the 18 months, none of your business. And it's good to see you tonight. And Michael Scott for 1 month. Seems like forever. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the milestone. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, turns out I was talking to the back of the mic the entire time. Now that I figured out the proper installation, it sounds awesome. Wisdom, I'm in Canada right now, so I'm guessing that's what it's for. I don't know, but that's what I'm guessing. I'm not going to question it. It was very nice of John to send that, so I'm just happy. So okay, let's keep going.
So again, this was a defamation claim, and the position of the counter plaintiff against you, Mr. Davison, was that you, after agreeing to have a vacation booked, which I think you agree to some portions of this, but disagree with others, of a trip to Jamaica, which she says was for her birthday, that you and her severed your relationship.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here through Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving in Canada is in October, not November. So I'm gonna be here until towards the end of October. So I'll be here for about another month. About this time next month, I'll be getting ready to go home. So I still have another month here, and then going back to the States. Right when it gets cold, right?
You told her to cancel the trip. She canceled the trip. There was a credit, and that you later went on the Better Business Bureau and Google making a complaint with some allegations that she engaged in fraud. Let me see exactly what it says. But there was bad service, that you were in the process of a small claims court case against her. The booking was not complete.
I appreciate it, John. When I saw the name, I'm like, oh, I hope he's in the chat. He just sent that. I hope he's here. It is so late for you right now. What is it? It's so 5 hours. It's only 4 hours from So it's after midnight. So it's about 12:30 your time. But I do appreciate you watching, and you've been watching for a long time. And yeah, so I'm very glad to see you. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you are doing great. And yeah, nope, I'm not gonna say that. That's personal. But John, good to see you. Bill for the for $5 super chat. That's like 27.50 Canadian. It's close. Close. I appreciate it, Bill.
And left me no room to cancel trip 10 weeks in advance. I believe she is a scam artist. And that was I believe this might be the Google. No, it says star. I don't know what that is.
That's the Google. I guess that's their Google review. On the 8th, the same day that he asked me to cancel, not giving me time to even cancel and consult with Apple. Went ahead calling me a scammer.
You saying this was on the 8th?
Yeah, I think.
This is still on Google?
I kept on disputing it in contact. I wrote them a dispute, told them that, we were in a relationship. It's the same thing I explained to Apple, what I explained to you. And this well from this matter should have been taken care of. And I contacted Better Business Bureau and also explained to them that we were in a personal relationship. This has nothing to do. My boutique has
Okay, I
nothing
want to
to
stop
do.
you because you're moving too fast. You're giving me more than I only want you to answer my question. at this
Sorry.
point. Where you would like to?
Hey, Alex. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Phil, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. That is awesome of you. Very generous. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Phil.
He used your personal information. I don't see that on here.
I'm sorry.
You said that when he posted this review, he used information
on
about.
behind there, on the behind of that sheet that you have in your hand, I believe that has
Oh, on
my
the back?
personal address. It has my zip code to my home address, my personal email address, my boutique's phone number, my boutique's name, which has nothing to do with any of this. My store has nothing
Okay.
to do with anything.
Okay, I'm understanding now what you're saying. Okay.
Without the Better Business Bureau to file a complaint, you have to.
You file a complaint on application.
Well, you're
or
not going back and forth.
I'm sorry.
You were filing a complaint against Mika's Boutique.
For what?
It's Mika's Boutique and Travel and one thing.
Is that the name of it? Mika's Boutique?
No,
I'm asking him at this
Oh.
point. Is that the name of it? Mika's Boutique and Travel?
I thought it was,
What made you think that?
because that's what she always said.
Okay, because I'm on her website. I don't see anything about travel on there. You didn't put Mika's Boutique and Travel on your claim. You put Mika's Boutique and More. Is
And
that
more.
accurate?
Yeah, more, but
And visiting, I see nothing offering travel related services on her boutique.
nothing and more.
No, nothing on here says on that she offers travel agency services through there. I don't know what the name of her travel agency service is, but there's nothing from this that would make me believe that you believed that Mika's Boutique was for travel services. Okay, so you made this, and this was allegedly made on the date after you requested a cancellation. You also told the court that you were not going to take this trip for her birthday, but the court disbelieves that because I don't see why you all would take a trip dead smack in the middle of her birthday if it wasn't for her birthday. You also wanted me to believe that you all were not in a relationship, but I read the text messages. You absolutely were in a relationship, and you said it in the text messages. You told her, the only thing I want you to be thinking about is Jamaica with your man. Plus, we have to do other events. So you were taking her on a trip. You told her you were taking her on a trip. You talked about it. You talked about how you were going to start the year. You talked about other things. You knew she was booking this, that she was going to be the one taking care of it, and that she was going to have to call you when it came time to make the reservation to get some additional information. So you're in a relationship with her. You already know she's a travel agent. You already know, why would she go through someone else? You didn't direct her in here. You need to go directly through Apple. Why would she do that in the first place? You knew all that was going on. Your only request was that she was supposed to get rid of your credit card number after she made the arrangements. And she said in the messages, for security purposes, it's automatically deleted after the transaction is made, and I gotta call you after Bible studies when I get ready to do X, Y, and Z to get some information, you proceed to send a text message with your credit card number and information on there. So I don't believe for 1 minute that you didn't have any understanding that she was going to be booking this trip. You already knew she was a travel agent. So I don't think that that was a question or concern. The other concern that I have is that when you got upset or whatever caused you all to have a breakdown, whether it was that she had too much going on, which I don't think she provided. I don't think either provided me.
I got a email right there.
I don't think you, I was gonna say, none of you provided me text messages about when this was gonna get canceled. I asked you if you had any other evidence 17 times. Now you got evidence. What is that?
The text message that I sent her
For what?
on the day that I told her that the relationship, she was, I was dealing with too much. And
Does it tell you, does it say, did you ask her to cancel the trip on that text message?
I got the email
wanna
where,
see it.
text where I got it canceled too.
Unless that purports to tell me when you told her to cancel it, I don't really need to see that anymore. I believe that you are broke up. I don't care how or why you broke up. I believe it. And so the concern is whether or not your statements that she provided poor service or that she had defrauded you were false. I agree they were false. Those were not true statements, and you knew they weren't true. You were being vindictive. You knew that she had not provided you any poor services. You wanted to purport and you did attach a business that's not even associated with it, which is automatically false. Whether it was your intent to use that business or not, it's you, before you go filing a Better Business Bureau investigation claim, you better make sure you have the right information. You attacked a business that she sells clothing on, and you said that she provided you poor service and that your ex-friend was supposed to have booked a vacation, but she used her own travel agency, and I never authorized her to do that. That's not the truth. I read your text messages. You knew she was going to do that. She said in the text messages.
I authorized her to book the vacation, but it was supposed to be booked directly through Apple.
That was not a communication that you had.
So that's why I call it poor service, because if it was in King Johnny's name, I could have canceled the thing.
It was in your name.
I couldn't cancel it.
Yes, you could. It was in your name, but you got to cancel through the agent. That's how it works. You knew she was booking it, and you knew she was a travel agent. She booked it through her travel agency company, and you had to go through her to cancel it, what she did. You can't go directly to Apple Vacations. That's how IntelliTravel works.
I didn't know that.
That's not our fault. The fact that you didn't know something doesn't mean that you get to now go and file a claim saying someone provided you poor service, because it's being told to you how this works. It tells you even on the itinerary how you cancel it. You have to read your own stuff that you got. You told me you didn't get anything from Apple Vacations, and then you proceeded to hand me something that came from Apple Vacations that tells you that you had booked an itinerary and that you received this via your email. You said,
Regan, is it Regan? Regan? I don't know how to pronounce that. I do apologize, but thank you so much for becoming a new member. Welcome to the family. Thank you. I'm glad you feel popular. Welcome. Welcome. That's how everyone should feel here. But I do appreciate it.
that you received it Sunday, 11 a.m. on December 22, 2024. And it tells you how far in advance you can cancel. It tells you what was refundable, what was not refundable. And it tells you if you book directly through Apple, you go through Apple. If you didn't book directly through Apple, you did a third party, you got to go through that third party. Your booking was through a third party. And unfortunately, it was through a third party in which you were having some relationship with. There's nothing here.
Region. I like it. Region. Yeah, I never would have guessed that. I thank you for the pronunciation. I'm not going to remember that next time. So yeah, it's going to take you a couple times telling me. Just ask Pear how long it took me to remember how to pronounce his name. It was months, but Region, I'm going to try. But thank you so much.
Or nothing that Miss Barney has presented to show me that she's done anything that was unprofessional. You asked her to.
Isn't hard G mean I pronounced the G? So region. Oh, I didn't. No, isn't that what I said? Region? Okay, what does hard G mean then? It means you pronounce the G. Regine? Regine? All right. Maybe I don't know. It's like gorilla. Regan? G like game. Okay, like game. Okay, game. That's a hard G. So when you say hard G, I think you pronounce the letter. Okay. All right. Hold on. So Regan. Okay. Regan. Okay. All right. Now I'm all messed up.
Cancel it. She immediately canceled the booking. You have not provided me any messages showing me where you all had some additional back and forth, where she told you she wasn't going to do it. Where I see where it was canceled. To the contrary, I see where you took additional steps to now try to dispute the charge on your credit card when you knew you had booked a vacation and you had gotten confirmation that you had booked a vacation. It tells you right here that you booked a vacation. It was an Apple Vacations reservation with a reservation number, and that the third.
Oh, I've always been keen to hook it on Pahonix. I'm so good at hook it on Pahonix. So good at it.
Party was IntelliTravel. It tells you that on here.
But look on the back, it doesn't even have my name on it.
Your name is on the front. It says it right here. This is your exhibit. Johnny Eric Davison.
I'm talking about the travel
I don't
service.
care. This is your itinerary. Your name is on there.
Yeah, but I'm the other one, the credit card.
Oh, I absolutely just stole that joke from him. Thank you, Matt, for calling me out on that. But yeah, no, that is not my joke. I will be completely honest. Every joke I ever tell on my stream, I don't make up jokes. I've heard them somewhere. Even if I think I made them up, I don't even claim that I did because it's just something I heard somewhere and I just thought I came up with it. No, I don't take any credit for jokes.
Company had my name not on the itinerary.
I don't care about that. That was after the fact. That was after you had asked for it to be canceled. After you asked for it to be canceled and you go pull something up, it could have anybody's name on it. You asked for it to be canceled and you got confirmation the same day that it was canceled. Going in there on the 14th of February to see that there's new people on there, irrelevant. Because you have been canceled and they gave you a credit. And they notified you that they gave you a credit.
They didn't.
Yes, they did. They said it right here. That after you had committed a fraudulent request for a chargeback. Chargeback is when you are a victim of fraud. You did not authorize any charges. You authorized charges. We got text message here to show you that you authorized the charges. Not only that, this is a legitimate business. You got a legitimate reservation and it was right here. You knew you had a legitimate trip because you told her to cancel it. You can't cancel a fake trip. So you knew it. You just didn't like it and you were upset and now you're being vindictive. And not only did you cancel the trip because you were being vindictive, you now want to go and discredit her business. You went on 2 sites and said very bad service and that you were suing her and that she's a scam artist. She's shown that nothing she's done was a scam. So that means your statements were false. And you knew they were false. You knew you had an itinerary because this is your exhibit. You showed me your itinerary. You knew you had a trip and you knew that it was legitimate. And just because when you cancel it, you don't get your full amount back, doesn't make her a scam artist. When you book a non-refundable flight or trip, it's non-refundable. She didn't get to keep your money. Now, whether or not she kept her portion of the flight, that's up to her. She doesn't have to cancel yours. You said cancel the trip. I ain't going on a trip with you no more. There's a portion of that trip in her name. You will never get credit for it.
Go ahead, John. I want to hear the punchline of this. I feel like this is going to be close to the joke I said the other day. A dwarf psychic, a small medium at large, right? Yeah. I said a joke that was very similar to that within the last week. What my joke was, if you had a small person that could speak to the dead and committed a crime and ran from the cops, would that be called a small medium at large? That was my joke. But I feel like that's gonna be the punchline to yours. But yeah, again, that's not my joke. I got that from someone. Maybe I got it from you. John, you can have credit for that one.
If she canceled the trip in her name, Delta just pockets the money. She doesn't have to cancel that just because you don't want to go. If Apple Vacations policy is that when we cancel a
Salt. Oh, you said that you didn't even give me time to answer. That's exactly like what's brown and sticky. A stick. Yeah.
trip for two, the one only thing that you're entitled to rebook is what's under your name, then that's their policy. All the information I have right now supports that that's to be their policy. That's based on what I have here, which is the credit amount. If I subtract what the total per person amount minus what I believe to be the amount of the price of the ticket, and that's based on what you showed me on your phone, then I believe that they only credited you what was applied under your name when I had a similar.
Email me. Email me. My Discord link is in the description. You can click on the Discord link. I've been waiting for you to respond for a while. So you can message me whenever you want to. But I'll absolutely make time to talk to you. Just I thought you weren't interested. You responded to my comment. And then again, like I said, I just waited for you to respond. No, you responded to my comment. Then I said, let's have a conversation, or I'm up for it, whatever. And then I didn't say anything else. I just thought that you were too busy. So I wasn't gonna push it. Yeah, no, I understand. I'm not trying to push it. But you can email me. My email address is in the info link on my page, or just find me on Discord. I respond to every one of my DMs. So just click on the link in the description to my Discord, and we can talk. All right, cool, man. Looking forward to it. Hopefully you're well. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it.
Situation with IntelliTravel through Apple Vacations. That's exactly what happened to me. They put my portion in my name. They put the other portion in the other person's name. One email, because I was the one who primarily handled the booking, and it was on my credit card. They send me the email. It had my name and her name on there, and the amount of the credit for each. As it turns out, we were still friends. A year later, I want to take a birthday trip, so we both use it. So I didn't have that issue, but she was able to use the credit under her name, and I was able to use the credit under my name, and we didn't book. This was only land. This was not anything that included air. So I believe that is their policy, but we can't get them on there to confirm. You can navigate that yourself. You can call them on your own, or the two of you outside of this can get back on the phone, and you can wait until infinity on the phone with Apple Vacations to try to figure out whether or not you should have gotten more credit or not. I'll leave that up to you. I'm not going to get involved in that, but I do believe that you did disseminate or publish information that you knew to be false, and that it was defamatory to her. Now, here's where the issue for you is. You got to prove that you had some damages, and you've not been able to prove any damages here. You got to show me where you lost business, or that somebody was going to book with you and they didn't, or that Apple Vacations put you on pause and you were, or IntelliTravel said you're not able to, book until we can sort this out, and you've not been able to establish any of that.
I can establish that because I had to go when that chargeback came back. I got that came back for me with that chargeback. I had to present them information for the chargeback and everything for them. I wasn't unable to do what I needed to do.
I recognize that you had to present up to help clear that up, but did they put your ability to book travel on pause while that happened?
Not exactly, but I don't know who's seen these reviews is what I'm saying. It was on Google, and I'm sure somebody.
I recognize.
There said that people were looking.
I just looked. I don't see the review on there, so I can't. I don't. It must have been taken off. So I don't know. I think you had 7 reviews at the time. And
I kept going back to speed.
Yeah, it's probably been removed at this point because it's definitely not on there now. It looks like you might have 13 reviews, and this is on Google. If this is what you're telling me. Overall, it looks like the reviews were all positive. And a lot of these reviews look like they came around about the time or after. Most of these reviews were after even this alleged post, because this would have been in January of 2025.
I've had my boutique for 8.5 years.
Right, and there's a lot of posts that were like 7 months from here. So it looks like you still had some good business. I don't know what or how this affected your finances or your business, but that's for you to prove. Now, I do believe that it does have an effect her coming into court having to dispute all that. She's supposed to, you work.
I'm gonna be at work right now. My store is closed.
She's
because
got
I'm
to
here.
close her business to come in here and deal with that. There's a cost associated with that. I do believe that there has been some emotional distress, but I can't put a number on what her emotional distress is for having to come in here or having to go back and dispute these statements. You got to be careful about what you do and what you say about people, especially when you're attaching their means of money to it, how they earn money. How would you like it if she called your job because she was upset and said something fraudulent about you to get you in trouble? You wouldn't like it. And so I recognize that the relationship didn't go the way you wanted to, but that you were the one who requested, after what she said was a short period of time, that you wanted to take her on a trip. You wanted me to believe that you were doing this because it was the start of baseball. That's not why you was taking on a trip. You just made it clear in there why you was taking her on a trip. And so I don't believe you've been 100% honest with the court about the nature of the relationship, why you were going on the trip. I do believe that you lack some information as it relates to how this works. I don't think that was necessarily on her because it tells you in the paperwork that you provided to me, the booking, it tells you that information. I just don't think you read it. I think you just saw that you told the court that she defrauded you and made and did it and told you that she booked a trip when she didn't. She did book a trip. She did book it through Apple Vacations. She's a travel agent. Why would she go through anybody but her own system to go through it? Probably even got a discount because she did that. I don't know. But I think it's reasonable. And I think you knew that she was doing that based off the communication that I saw that was submitted by her between the two of you. And you have a credit. So, and you've received all this information from Apple Vacations and or IntelliTravel since then. But I think that you had already jumped the gun and made these statements on the World Wide Web that you could not now retract. It's important when you're going through breakups and other such that you're careful about what you disseminate, because sometimes you might be acting in the heat of passion and later you can put yourself in a situation that you can't really turn around from. Unfortunately, I have nothing that before me that I can rule on as it relates to losses. So I can't give you a ruling. I think it literally is a dollar is only I can give you because you haven't given me anything that to support what you lost.
I can bring some supporting documents if that's what I need to do.
Your
I mean,
boutique is open daily is what you're
my
saying?
boutique is open Tuesday through Saturday, and I have a travel agency. I'm also a notary and process service. So I have multiple businesses there. So I'm losing multiple income by not being at work.
So I'm gonna have to
What do I need to bring you?
You got to bring proof and evidence to support. This is the amount of money that I lost from my business as a result of his false statements and even litigating the false statement, because I recognize you have to close.
Pamela, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. This has been a fun case. Thanks, Colin. No, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm glad you were here watching it. Hopefully you watched part one. Part one was we got all the background information on their whole dating life. Now we got Judge Simmons just being done with these two. Like, just go home. Just go. I'm tired of you two. Date better. Use different apps. I don't know. I like I said, I don't think either one of them are innocent here. The dude's an idiot. I think I'm not gonna say she scammed him, but if you own, like I said, she doesn't own the vacation thing she does. She goes through Apple Vacations, so she's like her own private person that does it. And she sold this dude a vacation on their first date. Like that's weird. That is weird. She sold him a vacation to go with her on their first date. Like that no. Like that just says that she went into that date with an agenda. So she's not innocent on this. But I'm not going to go as far as saying she scammed him. I think that's a little strong.
Your business to come here.
And okay, so how am I supposed to do this? Okay, I had like yesterday, for example, I had a booking for $25,000. I don't know each person each day what they're going to pay on booking. So okay, so I had a customer come in and book their vacation to Africa. They paid $25,000, 3 people, first class flights. I have customers high end, so I'm losing different amounts. It's not the same amount every day. I don't get paid by the hour.
So the court's not allowed to make a guesstimation that because this was posted that someone was going to call your business for travel services and they didn't. Because again, even as he posted the statement, he attached it to your clothing business, not to your,
Just false out, that's the false.
right, but
allegation.
but let me talk now. He didn't attach this to any travel agent, so it wasn't like someone was trying to Google, Mrs. Barney's travel agency. I don't know what your travel agency is called, and then saw these reviews. They wouldn't see that by doing that. They would only see these reviews by looking up Mika's Boutique and More.
No, well, they would have seen that, but looking at Mika's Boutique and More, but most of my customers use both business. It's a one-stop shop. So it's Mika's Boutique and More, Exclusive Travel and More, and then I do Michigan document notary services. So it's most customers that use my boutique use my travel agency too. I've been around for quite some time.
So then these are people that would know you then. That doesn't
Some
help
customers
support
would know me, but not
that
all my
claim wouldn't help
customers know
support any of your claim that you had damages, because if people know you, because they would know when someone's lying.
But not all my customers know me. I have a travel agency.
I
I
get all
have
that.
a website for my boutique, and I have a storefront as well.
It's your
So my
responsibility, it's the
customers
plaintiff's
wouldn't know.
responsibility to bring the proof of damages. I can't tell you
Okay.
how you bring
Okay, well,
that.
I'll bring some. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
when someone, I don't have a crystal ball. Every day someone shops. I don't
And
know
the
if I-
court
it's
doesn't have a crystal
$100
ball either,
sale,
so I can't just say,
$1,000.
oh, $5,000 because it's happened. Because
Okay.
it could be that you
Okay.
lost 10,000, it could be that you lost zero. I don't
Okay, so I
know.
guess I'll have to compare what I made last year in March
You
and what I
can't
will
bring
make for this one in March.
fictitious numbers either. It has
Well,
to
I'm
be
just saying,
actual
like,
losses.
Because it's a boutique and it's a travel agency. No one spends the same amount. I sell clothes, shoes, and accessories. So therefore, it can be $1,000 day to day, $500 day, $300 day. Never, one day is not the same in the retail industry. So what I'm saying is that you want me to bring you a balance sheet from what I should have made. I mean, what's my breakdown for the court? What's sufficient?
So what
for
you're
the court?
talking about is,
How do I
I'm
bring-
assuming you're talking about bringing proof of damages for shutting down your business when you had to come in here on a Tuesday when you normally would be open. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because you said I need
You
to
can
bring
bring a
damages for each
balance
day.
sheet of what you normally would have grossed during that time for the court to look, and you got to show me evidence of this is every
Okay.
Tuesday. This is what I'm usually bringing in. You can bring that in.
Okay. I'll bring on Wednesday. So
I
look
don't
at every
know,
court date.
ma'am. I don't know how you're going to prove
Okay.
damages as it relates to your travel agency. I really don't, unless you knew that someone that was going
my
to.
boutique,
You're
right?
talking over.
Sparkle Pants. You said that you understood what was going on earlier, and I was really proud. So she owns a beauty salon of some sort of salon. I don't know. Didn't really go into details, but she is suing this guy. The underlying case that for what we're watching, she is suing him for, what is it called? Defamation, because he left bad reviews on her beauty salon, her her page. I don't know if they're Google reviews. I don't know where he left the reviews, but that's what she's suing him for, because he has a problem with her travel agent business, but he left reviews on her beauty page, which has nothing to do with any of this. But he was calling her a scammer on that page for those reviews for that business. So that's why she took him to court. That is the underlying reason why we're here. But Judge went all the way into it to find out what this fight is. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Unless you knew that someone was going to book with you and then now they didn't because they saw this post, I don't know how you're going to prove that.
I guess I'm trying to understand. The post was on am I bringing you proof from my travel agency and my boutique, or both? Because the post was on the boutique regarding the travel, which was a personal problem.
Whatever, I don't care where your money stopped because you're bringing any proof that these statements affected your ability to earn money.
Okay.
Actual earnings, not what you believed you could have earned.
Okay.
Actual earnings, like I would have been able to book, I lost this client and they, this person was going to book with me, but they saw these posts. You have to be able to establish that there were actual damages. So if you can bring some of that proof, then that'll help the court determine whether or not
so how do I know if the damages were the boutique and not the travel?
And I don't care if it was, I'm not asking for one or the other.
Okay, so I just bring in everything for what each bit my boutique would have made, what the travel agency would have made per day. Because I took a loss of not being there. I don't know which business took a loss. It's in the same location. So I guess that's why I was trying to figure out what should I bring you, a balance sheet from the boutique, the travel, or my notary and process.
Whatever you're alleging. If you're saying you lost you lost money from both, then you have to provide proof of damages for both.
Okay,
that's up to you. Okay, and so I'll give you time to do that. Can we have a new date for her to bring that proof?
If I'm not there, I'm not making money if I'm not open.
I would agree to that. I said that. this was a plaintiffs. I believe this was. We can do October 14th at 9. October 14th at 9.
Oh, you know what she's gonna do? Do you guys remember the case? I don't remember a ton about it. I played it. I don't know. It's like a year ago, so I doubt anyone remembers this besides me. But we had somebody that came to court. Judge Simmons allowed her to go do some, backlogging, some research on how much she lost. She was a tenant, and the landlord redid the steps to the front of her house, and it was supposed to take 24 hours, but it took a week. And so she didn't pay rent for a week because she couldn't leave the house. And then Judge Simmons allowed her to do some research on how much money she lost due to being stuck in the house for a week. And she came back and tried to say like $5,000, and she made up all these numbers. And Judge Simmons just threw the whole thing out. She's like, "No, now you get nothing. Like I gave you an honest chance to do something and to bring an actual valid argument to me with evidence showing that you lost money, and you came saying you lost this. This was the woman that sold placenta candles. Oh man, now it's all coming back to me now. She couldn't continue her placenta candle business because she didn't have stairs, and she lost $5,000 because her mom couldn't help her. Something weird. And the judge is like, no, not buying this. Nothing. That's what this is. This is. I feel like this is what's gonna happen. This lady's gonna come back and have this absorbent, like just some crazy amount of money. Like, I lost $7,000 because of this man. Like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm sorry, Hitchwad. I'm sorry. There was an actual case, though. It happened. It happened. All right, let's finish this one up. We're almost finished. Sorry, guys. I thought this was going to be a much longer stream tonight. But I had to fast forward 20 minutes of, while they were waiting for Apple Vacation on hold. So we've only got like a minute or two left. But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, yeah. That was the case. That was the case. She sold products. She sold beauty. You know what? I don't want to go into it. It was so wild. It was so wild. I don't even know how to find it. Like I said, it happened anywhere from 6 months to a year ago. It's going to take forever for me to find, and I did not put that in the description well enough to be able to just search for it. It's just so weird. I didn't want to put that in the thumbnail. I don't know what I put in there. It was weird.
I believe this was the defendant's paperwork. I don't have it marked. This is hers, this is his. Okay, we'll get you a notice to appear. Any questions for the court? From either of you?
So I have to appear too, then.
You both have to appear.
But I'm losing money too now.
It was based on your statement that you're losing money.
Oh, Canada's been awesome to me. I love it up here. I've had so much fun. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I've had so much fun. The hardest part about being up here is driving in kilometers per hour instead of miles per hour. But I've kind of figured it out, because with a car out of the States, miles per hour are big, right? I don't have a digital speedometer or odometer. It's not digital. So, all the miles per hour are really big, and then the kilometers per hour are really small. So it's hard to see kilometers per hour when you're driving. You're just like kind of like looking down just to make sure you're maintaining. But I'm starting to get a hang of it pretty well. Yeah, that's the hardest part about being up here. Everything else is kind of the same. The money's different, but it's all relative. Yeah, but it's absolutely gorgeous up here. And you know what's also really weird? How thick the woods are here. Coming from Ohio, growing up in the woods in Ohio, it's spacious. Like you go in and there's, I don't know, 5 to 6 feet between trees. Here there's like 6 inches between a lot of trees, and it's just like, how is that normal? That's here. But it's cool. It's cool. It's different. I like it. It's gorgeous. The weather's been awesome. I've been, I've seen the ocean now a couple times. It's just awesome up here. Anyways, I'm all finished for this evening. I really thought this was going to go on for another 20 or 30 minutes, but like I said, I fast forwarded 20 minutes because we were on hold and we didn't want to listen to hold music for that long. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Biggin, you are awesome. Thank you so much for the raid. Everyone with the super chats, gifted memberships, and membership milestones. Thank you, John, for the PayPal. That was very awesome of you. Thank you so much, John. Also, good to see you. I don't know if we're gonna have anyone to raid tonight, being Sunday. Let's double check. Let's see. We might be lucky and get a KCC. No, we can go to Katie's Ed. She might be almost done. She started at 8, so she's been going for an hour. She's probably almost finished, but she's the only one on my screen when I refresh. So we are gonna go hang out with Katie's Ed. Make sure you tell her that I say hello. And yeah. And sometimes you just gotta watch a video about fishing lures. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Hit that like button if you haven't done it already. Subscribe if you want to. I would appreciate it. That's it. That's all I got. Mods, you are awesome. Thank you so much for taking care of everything tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, I'll see some of you tomorrow. Tomorrow night's Members Monday. The panel is going to be open. Anyone can jump up if you guys want to, talk. So, yeah, come jump in, hang out with us, jump on panel, talk to me. That's it. That's all I got. Have a great rest of your weekend. See you guys tomorrow. Until next time, bye. Oh, that I'm glad I got to pause that. Nothing happened to Shane. He doesn't go live after me. He's usually live before me. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Shane. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with him. I don't know. But when you say what happened to him, he was live earlier. I got the notification. He just doesn't go live after me. Otherwise, I would rate him. If he was live right now, I would absolutely rate him. But other than that, I don't know. He still comes and says hi. I still go into his and say hi. That's all I got. But there's no beef between us. There's no beef between Shane and I. All right, you guys are awesome. Talk to you guys later.